Hi everyone, I'm Bailey Rivera, and today I'll be sharing my February 2023 planner setup with you. I set up my planner a bit differently than most bullet journals, so if you're curious about previous spreads or my process and flip-throughs, be sure to check out the links below. Let's just jump in. To get started, I added my calendar sticker, which I will be including in each monthly spread this year. I stuck it there at the top of what is going to be my Dutch door in my templated monthly spread. You can see if you check out my January video or my 2022 flip through, you can see how I have these templated. So I cut along very carefully with my craft knife and then remove the excess paper. And now I have my middle scrapbooky barn door all set up. You can kind of see in the video how I have penciled in my very templated weeks already. And so I went ahead and started jumping in and working on the middle section. This month I'm taking inspiration from some of my cross-stitch projects and am adding in some kind of like cross-stitch style lettering. I am doing that for the month February, and I thought that this turned out really, really cute. I actually got the alignment incorrect the first time, so thank goodness for pencils. So I had to erase it all and shift it all down. But I really, really think it's cute how it turned out in the end, and it's also very easy to do, especially with either dot or graph paper, which I have dot in my Leuchtturm planner. So I just used a Le Pen that is red to fill that in, and I love how it came out. I think it works really well for the sort of month of love theme. And I, after that, jumped into my weeks and started filling in the hearts with a light pink Tombow dual brush pen. You can see how I have those penciled in there. So I do that prior to any of my black line work, micron work, because you have to make sure that the micron is exceptionally dry if you want to brush over it or it will smear. So as much as I can possibly remember to, I try to go the other direction. So using the color of the brush pen and then letting that dry, and then microning on top, because even if it's not totally dry, it tends to smear or bleed less that way. I then am filling in the sticker calendar that I have with little teeny tiny letters, and I really have been liking using or having that in my January spread, kind of as a place to reference that, so I'm not flipping all around in my planner as much, I guess. You can see how I'm outlining now. As I had mentioned, the brush pen work had been dry, so now I'm just using my micron to draw in all of my pencil lines and outline the little hearts that will include the dates. Like I mentioned, this is my standard layout that I will use for every single month, and it's the same layout, more or less, that I used for 2022 as well, and I found that it worked very, very well for me and what I needed. On the back of my Dutch door, I pulled out some ephemera, and this is just like an old receipt or ticket that I had in my bag of tricks that I've received basically from friends. And so I stuck that in. It just happened to be pretty much the same size, same width as the calendar sticker, so that worked really well. And then I am layering on a sticker, and I'm just going to work toward collaging and filling in this page. To continue on with the cross-stitch theme, I decided to add some motifs around some of the collage work as well. So a heart and some little crosses. And I just think it complements the ephemera and the whole romantic theme so well, and is just, again, so easy to do. And, you know, I love to cross stitch, so it makes me smile to see something that I like to do. My very, very typical every other line, using the brush pen and making a place for me to write. I absolutely love doing this in my planner. I feel like dividing the space and just giving me lots of areas to journal things is definitely the way to go in my planner. I'm now microning in the other side, so the last 2 weeks, hearts, dates, lines, all of that with the micron, and filling in this side as well. I typically have everything, like the days of the week, the lines, and the numbers all penciled in so that I can make sure that everything is spelled correct and that the dates are lined up with the correct days of the week as well. I just feel like it helps me have a little bit of peace of mind with that. It also helps me figure out kind of what style of lettering I want to do prior to just inking. With a little bit darker pink, I am actually adding in some special touches for the 14th and the 18th, which of course is Valentine's Day, and then also the 18th is my daughter's birthday. So just trying to make those specific dates extra super special. You can see that I'm now collaging in a few more pieces of ephemera. I'm just trying to like fill in the center spreads, and I always kind of take my time to find the right pieces and figure out what I want to do. Here on the front, I'm also adding in more little cross-stitch details that tie everything within the month's theme together. And, you know, slowly but surely, it all starts falling into place. One thing that I'm including this year in each month, or will probably be including in each month, is a photo printout. So I have that little Polaroid that my little photo printer prints out, and I just have that stuck in my front pocket of my planner, and I have been pulling that out and sort of like making a note. Photo goes here with where the corners are, so that I can each month know, hey, print out, like look it up, print out a photo and stick it in as you go. I feel like it'll be a really cool way to include even more visual memory keeping besides just my year-end photos. Each month will be fun to flip through because I'll have included some photos as well. You can see that I'm just here finishing out the spreads with boxes and lines, which the top and bottom there that you see, that's where I usually include my like general tasks that I need to filter in. So another photo on the back, and then just boxes prepping for me to write quotes or things that catch my fancy during the month. I've definitely found that pre-giving myself, I guess, prompts like what I've been working on or goals or what I've been reading is a really good way for me to keep up with the memory keeping aspect. It's easy for me to just fill out as the month goes along. The next spread in my monthly setups is my meal planner, and this is something that I have moved into each month setup for this year, and so far I am really liking that, as opposed to having it as a section in the back of my planner like I did last year. So I have my weeks, and then it follows with the monthly meal planner, and I find that it's very easy to access that way. So I've pencil sketched it out first, and I'm just microning in my lines. I have about a half a page dedicated to the actual planner, and then for each day I have 3 lines down, and then that allows me enough space to write in what we're going to have for lunch and dinner. And then I will also include different places for lists of items that we have on hand, as well as you can see where I have made a space and continue to make a space for my grocery list to be taped in each time I need to have a new one. So I write in the day of the week and the number, and then I have the same thing on the other side as well. And I utilize the space for jotting down ideas for meals, as well as what items have arrived in our deliveries and what I have to work with every week, as well as keeping track of leftovers and that sort of thing. Once I finish that main structure for each day, I take a little bit of time to coordinate the other areas of the page with the theme from the month. So you can see where I am adding a little cross-stitch border here for one of my boxes that I'll use probably for ideas in the month, or perhaps even for favorite recipes that I made, so that I can keep track of that. I like to include different sections and kind of balance them out aesthetically throughout the layout. So I'm here adding in the Tombow marker lines and just filling out the space that way. I am so happy with this template and how it actually works for me month to month. So I definitely find that having my things templated, it really helps me both save time in my setup, and it allows for some creativity, but I don't feel like I'm doing it from scratch each time. To finish, let's flip through my February spread. I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!